Welcome to Electrified. It's your host, Dylan Loomis. So first up today, our friend Brian over at My Tesla Weekend, who does awesome work, by the way, go sub to him if you're not already, shared an update on Giga Texas that I wanted to share with y'all.
And will be complete, for lack of a better word, in a total of 507 days on or about December 10th. It's mostly a two-floor structure, as you can see, and now has a total of more than 7 million square feet framed up, which is 656,000 square meters. Yes, its floor space, as of today, makes it the largest building in the United States, and it's only getting bigger. The largest building by floor area in the US is the Palazzo in Las Vegas at 6.9 million square feet, 654,000 square meters. Other notable contenders include the Pentagon at 6.6 million square feet, 610,000 square meters, the Mall of America at 4.9 million square feet, 452,000 square meters.
So I thought that was some pretty cool context. I really think many people are sleeping on Giga Texas and Giga Berlin, but really Giga Austin, because Tesla's going to be able to do some crazy production figures out of this location when it is fully up and running at scale. And then they're probably going to have the cathode facility and some other operations, maybe the Cyberquad as well eventually. So super excited to see things rolling at Giga Austin. And by the way, this factory does not have to be totally finished before they can start producing cars on a small scale. So we'll see what happens in the next few months. I don't love that I'm sharing a CNBC article, but Northvolt raised $2.75 billion from Goldman, VW, and others. Notice how I am not highlighting European Tesla rival. Not everything has to be a Tesla rivalry. But anyway, they're looking to expand capacity at its factory in Sweden from 40 to 60 gigawatt hours, which is enough for about 1 million vehicles if each was 60 kilowatt hours. Northvolt was founded in 2016. They've already signed deals with BMW and VW, which are apparently worth about $27 billion. And Peter Carlson, Northvolt CEO, said they have fairly significant shipments from a smaller facility like Cato Road, Tesla's pilot plant, that has been in operation for over a year to customers who are now doing their own validations and their own testing. But Northvolt batteries are not expected to be in any vehicles until 2023, but they could be in storage applications from the end of next year or the back half of 2022. And it should go without saying, but even if Tesla never sources batteries from Northvolt, we need more battery supply for everything, electric vehicles, battery storage, etc. So this is a good news item. And in case you missed it, Elon's boring company Loop in Las Vegas is officially up and running, operational. The vehicles do still have drivers in them for now. Eventually, of course, they're looking to go fully autonomous. I think there are about 60 or so vehicles in the fleet that can move about 4,400 people per hour. And the coolest part about this whole thing, in my opinion, is that every vehicle is indeed a Tesla. So this is going to be a really cool tourist attraction for people visiting Vegas, to go ride through the loop and to be inside of a Tesla, free marketing for Tesla. It's a very cool situation. And as far as I know, Tesla actually got paid by the Boring Company for those vehicles, which nothing majorly significant, but neat nonetheless. But I'd love to hear what you guys think about the Boring Company from a scaling standpoint. Do you see this being a huge part of transportation or more of just a niche thing in bigger cities? So Lordstown Motors came out and in an SEC filing said that basically they don't have enough money to launch their endurance pickup truck and that they're going to have to raise more capital. And as a result, earlier in trading, the stock dipped down to about $9. But this recent recovery is because I think people are saying that they have access to capital through multiple different channels. So I wouldn't be super bullish after a company just said that they ran out of money before they really did anything of note, but that's that. So there's a lot of chatter online today about the rich or the wealthy having to pay essentially capital gains taxes before those earnings are realized. So like if they buy stock and then the stock goes up in value, they're going to owe taxes before they even sell it, which I don't think that can ever actually go through. That just really doesn't make any sense to me. But Elon said exactly the only time he sells Tesla stock is when his stock options are expiring and he has no choice. And he will continue to pay income taxes in California proportionate to his time in the state, which is and will be significant. And in response to a tweet from Matt Wallace about Elon basically being green himself and not being wasteful, not using a ton of resources, basically because he sold some of his homes, Elon said, this is interesting, his primary home is literally a $50,000 house in Boca Chica Starbase that he rents from SpaceX. It's kinda awesome though. The only house I own is the Events house in the Bay Area. If I sold it, the house would see less use unless bought by a big family, which might happen someday. So the one house that he owns, he doesn't really live there, he just rents it out for events. And just to drive the point home further, Elon said, yes, I sold my houses except for that one in the Bay Area that's rented out for events. Working on sustainable energy for Earth with Tesla and protecting the future of consciousness by making life multiplanetary with SpaceX. Also, AI risk mitigation with Neuralink and fixing traffic with Boring. So if this isn't a version of a humble brag, then I'm not really sure what is. And I know all of the detractors out there would say, well, Elon flies private when he goes to Berlin and yada yada, and you know, fair, whatever, but the guy does so many things. What are his other options? Would you like him to sail across the ocean? You know, I'm not really sure what people want from the guy, but I do think what he did in selling multiple homes was cool, and I'm not really sure what his actual motivations for doing so were, but if it was indeed to have more capital to free up to focus on these endeavors, then you know, you can't ask for much more than that. Tesla stock down 0.8% on the day, sitting at a $576 billion market cap. Pretty quiet day overall, but it's just the build-up for the Plaid Model S event tomorrow night, which they have been setting up for. Can't wait to watch it and live stream it. So that's all for today. Please take a second to like this video if you did, and a big thank you to everybody on the next screen. I hope you guys have a great day.